think an accomplishment would be raising enough money to go to Europe with people to people. So, my freshman year, I was interested in going to Fiji, New Zealand, and Finland, I believe it was. So, that was promoted through the email at NFA, but I just never really paid that much attention to it. And then the second year, when I was a sophomore, um, I saw it being advertised again. So they were going to uh, Eastern Europe. And so I came home one day after getting all the information I needed, and I was like, Mom, I want to go to Europe. And so after that, both of us worked really, really hard with fundraising, getting all the money that I needed to fund my travels. And it was more than the original cost that People to People was advertising. So the trip was about 6K. And so I raised all the money I needed, but I also needed money for like those small little things that you need when you're going out of the country. So like when I needed my hair done, needed new clothes, traveling supplies. So I would say that's one of my proudest accomplishments as a student at NFA. Mr. Butler, who is head of the diversity office, he took interest in me my sophomore year, or maybe the end of my freshman year, but half of the opportunities that I've had at NFA have been because of Mr. Butler and what he's seen in me as a student. He has been so influential to who I am and what I've done. He just saw so much in me, and that really just kept me going. I could go to his office if I was having trouble with something, or if there was a topic that I needed some knowledge on, like I would go to him. And he has been so influential to my whole high school career. Basking in the success of my exhibit, the reception for my exhibit. So that was March 14th, which was the Saturday before like we were in the 2 week period where we weren't going to school, and then that was extended to April and then May. I want to say basking in that because there were so many months leading up to it, and I guess I just expected to go back to school and then like just rest with like the success of the whole reception. But I also want to say like class night and art awards night, because as a senior, I think everyone would, at class night and at like art awards night, you would have those moments to be like to feel special. Um, but I think with like all of COVID and everything, people are coming up with new ways to make seniors feel special, especially with like Adopt a Senior, and like these virtual graduations, like getting all your family together that maybe could not have been there. So I think there has been some positive to come out of the negative of not having like every single like typical senior celebratory going away party. We're all in this together, like as a country and as a city, as a community, that we're all in this together and that we really have to do our part during this whole pandemic. And that includes going outside with a mask on and like keeping your social distance in that aspect, but also in the fact that we're not going to have like all these senior events, that is also something that we're all in together. So it feels like you're not as lonely, like you're not the only one that's going through the loss of a graduation. Like you get to mourn that with like your friends and with your family. So I would say that we're really like all in this together. Like you have people that you can lean on, and I think that's something important to remember like for the future. I plan on going to Spelman College in Atlanta, Georgia in the fall, hopefully. Obviously, we'll see what the future holds. But I will be attending. I'll be majoring in photography and hopefully double minoring in food studies and entrepreneurship. And I'm going to see where the future takes me. Hopefully I can make some new friends, make some new connections, and experience life in Atlanta, because I know that's going to be way different from Connecticut, Norwich, Connecticut.